Good day, dear viewers. We are back with yet another video about our beloved game Poppy Playtime. This time, we will not dive into the theories or speculations about the lore of the already released chapters. There is yet so much to be discussed. However, today's video is going to be different. Today, we are going to talk about what to expect in the upcoming new Chapter 4 of Poppy Playtime. Before we hop to the new chapter, let us remember how the last known chapter, Deep Sleep, ended. The player has defeated Catnap and successfully stopped the gas production in the Playcare facility. We didn't manage to get Catnap, however, as he was killed by the prototype and taken somewhere away. The player meets with Poppy and Kissy and finally finds out the truth about what happened to the Playtime company. The Hour of Joy. The shocking reveal of how the mascots created by the company have slaughtered the personnel, scientists, and others. The player, Poppy, and Kissy were about to continue their journey deeper into the corporate belongings. However, at their most vulnerable moment, the unknown entity attacks Kissy and takes her away, leaving us with Poppy alone in the dark. It was still unclear who exactly attacked Kissy Missy, but most people are certain it was the prototype. The fate of Kissy Missy is currently unknown, and probably this will be one of the main focuses of Chapter 4. More than that, we have not heard from Ollie. He was our ally in the Chapter 3 Deep Sleep. However, his identity is still a mystery to us. Now let's talk about what we can expect from the upcoming Chapter 4. The most probable theory is that we will be visiting the amusement park of the Playtime Company. There were certain posters across the Deep Sleep chapter that indicated the existence of that location. And as we know, nothing is put there just to be there. There is always a hidden meaning behind any action in the game industry. Mob Entertainment deliberately created and placed those posters to hint at the next location of their game. What is more important, we see Poppy on the amusement park poster. It is not like they put a random mascot on the poster. No, Poppy is one of the main mascots of the Playtime Co. Her name is literally Poppy Playtime. The amusement park must be a very important part of the lore. What if it is a place of another cruel experiment? We can only wait for new information to come. But no doubt, the doll is definitely connected to that area somehow, and that connection will play a significant role in our relationships. But as we remember from the end of the Chapter 3 Deep Sleep, the game ended at the moment when the player and Poppy were going down in the elevator in some giant underground shaft. It surely does not look like the main entrance to a beautiful and massive amusement park. There will be another sequence of levels before that. Very unlikely that an entertaining public facility is built even deeper than the Playcare, meaning we will have to reach the surface first or at least get higher. At the end of Chapter 3, we were most definitely going down to some industrial zone. Maybe it was connected to the gas production zone where we fought Catnap, since those two locations are very close to each other. We can make a prediction that the beginning of Chapter 4 will set us in the Playcare to later lead us to the new location. This is exactly how it was done with Chapter 3, when the player started somewhere at the same place where the second chapter finished. And if you think this part of the game will not be so entertaining, you are very wrong. Let's remember what we have seen in the beginning of Chapter 3, before even going to the Playcare. We have been introduced to the main villain, Catnap. We have been introduced to the new friendly character, Ollie. We have also been introduced to various new game mechanics. The beginning of the Deep Sleep was undoubtedly one of the most important parts of the whole chapter. We can expect the upcoming DLC to be similar. Make sure to be ready to embrace a large amount of story, plot, and lore right at the start. Be ready to meet the main boss for the first time. It is very likely that we will encounter the prototype as the enemy exactly in the beginning of the chapter. But let's talk about the characters for a moment. As usual, we won't be able to stay with Poppy for long. She will most definitely leave us to communicate the similar way Ollie did. This decision can be explained with the gameplay perspective. There is no point in keeping her around the player, as she will only slow down the game dynamics. But how are we going to get separated exactly? It is unclear yet, and will be revealed in the first trailer of the Chapter 4. But the most probable answer is that there will be an accident, which will separate our paths, making it unable to continue the journey together. We surely will be meeting Poppy throughout the chapter. However, the real reunion will be at the end, just as it was done in Deep Sleep. Don't forget about Ollie. He is still a mystery for us, as we know nothing about him. He definitely does not live in the amusement park, so we will meet him before going there. We will finally get to see if he is a human being or another mascot like Poppy. This is in case Ollie is still on our side. You can check our other videos to know more about this exact character, and why he might not be as simple as everyone thinks. Ollie might play a significant role in our separation with Poppy, or might just continue helping us as he did in Chapter 3. One thing for certain, be ready to meet him in the beginning. Just like in Poppy's case, we won't get much of his screen time. Keeping other friendly characters with player for a long time was never a thing in mob entertainment games. The final thing to discuss, the prototype. As Poppy mentioned, Catnap was the last obstacle on their way to 1006. In the 4th chapter, we will finally encounter the prototype as the boss and villain. He will make his first appearance in the beginning of the chapter. Maybe he will be the one to separate us and Poppy. The prototype doesn't want to kill us yet. His goal was to guide us where we are right now, so it is still part of his plan that we get to the amusement park. We can only guess what his motives are and what he wants us to do in the park. This part is the most mysterious. It is hard to predict what mob entertainment will do with their main antagonist of the series. However, returning to the amusement park, there certainly will be new mascots. The first thing which comes to mind are clowns. They always persist in such places. But since Poppy said that there are no other major obstacles after Catnap's death, the new mascot enemies will not be as important to the story as others were. It is unless this will be another move of the prototype and Poppy was unaware of another threat. Nevertheless, let's conclude all the information we have covered in this video. The Chapter 4 will begin where the deep sleep ended, in the elevator of the gas production zone. We will see a lot of plot and story details in the first minutes of gameplay. Ollie will be revealed in flesh, and the prototype will make his first move against us. After some time, we will be separated from Poppy, and will be forced to continue our journey alone. Poppy and maybe Ollie will keep contacting us through the phone. This is when we will finally reach the amusement park, a new location which is somehow connected with Poppy and her story. Maybe we will reveal some dark secrets about her, because at this moment only some bits of her background is known to the player. Poppy might not be as saint as we think. In the amusement park, we will encounter new mascots, probably clown-looking, but they will not be a major threat to the player. And finally, at the end of Chapter 4, we'll be face-to-face with the prototype himself. There is no point in delaying this encounter any further. This will be the first time 1006 acts like a final boss. We are not saying that this fight will put an end to everything, though. But what do you think about Chapter 4? Leave your thoughts about what we should expect in the upcoming expansion in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and press the bell. Until next time.